Welcome back everybody to another episode on FTB integrations by parts. How are you guys doing? Now today's episode we will be trying to achieve antimatter. Now in order to achieve antimatter, if you take a look at the quest lines, we gotta make this, the antimatter constructor. Now as it says here in the notes, we will need some iridium. Yeah. And get iridium, we'll need to go into the dimensional dungeons in the blood magic chapter. So we do need to go into this chapter right here, and this chapter right here gets unlocked after we make 2 containment chalices, which luckily for us in the other episode we made this altar, which means we now have an easier access into making this bad boy right here. So I just made one just to make sure that this was all working, and yeah, it's actually not as hard as I thought it would be. So basically we need the recipe in the middle. We can just toss this in here. We also have a crystal here that's powering our table because I wasn't quite getting enough starlight. And then you see that there's not enough resources technically, because if you check for the recipe you can see there's like some aquamarines just floating. Well, you just place them in astral relays around the area. But basically I just placed mine like this. I'm pretty sure you can place them anywhere in the Sudi marble, and then you just wait for this, and there we go. We now have both containment chalices, which means we actually now unlock this thing right here, which is where we're gonna go next, because we need to go all the way into keys, which means we need to grind until we somehow manage to get the Hellfire Forge. Now the Hellfire Forge is a little bit tricky to get, so I'm gonna start working on this as of right now. First of all, we need another celestial crystal, which means we're gonna have to start growing one while we wait. We need soul steel ingots. Now soul steel ingots, they come by mixing mana steel, liquid soul, and demon wheel. Now mana steel, pretty easy, we got that. Liquid soul we can get from soul sand in a foundry or a smelter, and the demon wheel we can get with blood and liquid soul. So what this means is if I put blood in one chalice and then I put liquid soul on another one, we will get some demon wheel. We don't need a lot of it, just need some. And you can see the containment chalices work for a variety of different items. They also work for normal vanilla stuff as well if you want to. But I'm going for these recipes right here, which I just need to go test this out right now. So I'm gonna get some soul sand, I'm gonna get some blood, and we're gonna test this out to see how it works. So according to this, the setup right here, as you guys can see, we don't even need to have like a proper line of sight between them. We can just have, like, for example, this thing completely filled with glass, which is good, you know. It means that the item will for sure not fall off. So we can just go ahead now and place a chalice there, and then let's put liquid soul here and that one there. Oh, there we go. We are now getting, as you guys can see, some demon will. Now can I check for, no, I can't quite check for like amounts. Maybe if I shift, no, maybe if I check with a wand, no, not really. So this is gonna give us like a bunch and a bunch and a bunch of demon will. So it's not bad to start off. So let's just grab this demon wheel right here, and then we need a mana steel, and then we need more liquid soul, so we can make some soul steel. We need 2 ingots. Now, is this gonna like infinitely produce? No, it doesn't look like it. Gave us a lot of them, but it's not gonna constantly like give us stuff. Okay, that's okay. So got my hands on a liquid soul bucket. Let's go ahead and put it over here. Now I'm not sure this actually consumes the liquid soul. Let's hope it doesn't. It didn't seem to do it, so I guess I can just do this. Yep, there we go. 8 soul steel ingots. Pretty easy. And of course, we're gonna have to start using these soul steel ingots right now because we need to make a blood altar. Now, this will require some mana lands with the rune of wrath, which maybe we have. I gotta check. We do not have this infernal claw, but we can definitely make this one, so it's not that hard. And this needs a soul scribe from Tanya, which is also pretty easy, and then some blood. We also have that blood, so should be pretty easy to craft both of these things. There we go. After some Botania crafting, boom, we have access now to the blood altar. This actually gives us the first sigil of blood lamp. I think this is the one that allows us. This is not the one I thought it was. Never mind. I thought it was something different. I guess this one. Okay, yeah, this is the one that emits light. Okay. And we can somehow take this off with this. Yeah, okay. Not that horrible. Okay, now this is the part where we need to start automating some of these things. Now, first and foremost, we do need a way for this guy to get tons of blood, and we need a way for this guy to get tons and tons of soul sand. Now, can we farm soul sand in any way? Well, technically through piglins or through this, through starlight transmutation, if we use a crystal lens. Okay. Or we can just craft it if we have fire essence and nether essence. Now, fire essence, we need fire seeds, which is pretty simple to do, so we could do that, but I do not believe that would be the best option. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like a very good way, because this one doesn't also require, I mean, it kind of, if we have a multi-press servo, we could just make a netherwart farm, and the netherwart farm would turn into that, so that could be an option, because what we need is the soul, liquid soul. We can also use a wither, but of course a wither is pretty dangerous. Or we can just straight up use a magma crucible as well. Okay, so the magma crucible is an option, but we still need to gather tons and tons of soul sand, and I don't seem to see a better way. Maybe piglin bartering could be an option. Piglin bartering could definitely be an option. It would give us soul speed, it would give us some fire potions, iron nuggets, ender pearls, string, quartz, obsidian. Yeah, they don't really give nothing too crazy, but they do give the soul sands. So, I mean, I could just gather like some stacks easily in the nether as well, I guess. So what we're gonna do is actually use this. I do believe that we do have this, and I can't quite see it, which is not that great. Kind of would love to see this, so maybe, oh, there it is. Yes, we have this smeltery, a pretty basic smeltery. As you can see, it has 2 item outputs as well, so I'm definitely gonna use that to my advantage. Just gonna go ahead and swap this on out, and we can maybe like come a little bit further back, I guess. Yeah, like here. We can even cover this for now because we don't really need that there. And then we use this. This was actually a free smeltery that was given to us in one of the quests. So now I can use this to smelt in blood and the like blood orbs, and I can also use it to smelt soul sand, and then I'll just pipe this out from here into the chalices, which means we will have demon wheels galore basically. Then we only need to toss it into liquid soul plus stone, and then we got demon stones. So that seems like a pretty good thing to do. And the setup is now complete. Yes, as you guys can see, I have a tank here that's filling up this guy with lava, and then I have a chest here where I can drop blood orbs, and I can also drop in some soul sand, and then they get put into the smeltery. The smelter cooks it up, and then I have some filters here, one for blood and one for liquid soul. They go into the proper places, and I have this drawer here, which I have with emerald upgrade. I believe I can, yeah, an emerald storage upgrade. I may want to give it another one of these, and a void upgrade. So we are now farming demon will just by placing here some soul sand and some blood orbs. Well, I made a little bit of a monstrosity here, but I'm actually now happy with how this works. So basically all of this setup that I kind of need to redo over here, because I kind of hit that. There you go. So now I'm gonna start getting more and more wills. I have a vacuumulator there now instead of a hopper, which has a filter for these ones, which are 0.1s, but there's also a chance that we get these ones with 1 will quantity. So we can get both of those from there, and I can actually have a little bit of a hole so I can check what's going on there. And yeah, as you can see, we're now storing both of these. We're only using these ones though to send to here, to this precise hopper, or dropper I should say. And this guy is amazing, because I was having issues with the regular droppers, because they sometimes one of the items would land all the way to the left, the other item would land all the way to the right, and they wouldn't actually merge together into demon stone. But now every single time I've been pushing the button, it's actually doing the proper thing. Now I did have to bring over some power over here, but it's not that much of a big deal. And over there I got another accumulator, which is set up to pick up the demon stones and put it into this chest. So yeah, the only issue, yep, as you guys can see right there, is that sometimes with the delays and all those things, it can actually have, I guess I could increase this like for 25-ish. So we can try and see if that works a little bit better. Yeah, seems to be better now. So basically what's happening there, yeah, but now it doesn't send one there. It's really like precise. I guess that's the name of it, right? And how it works, but most of the time it will give me what I want, so it's not that much of a big deal. And if you guys know blood magic, you know that the start of it, well, it's a lot of stabbing in order to get this thing filled with the blood, so we can actually make some blank slates. And we need these 4 for the quest line, which is now done. And we now get some more. We get an incense stick. We get this, the book, I guess. And now our main goal is to go and try to make this, the weak blood orb. Now I do want to make also a sigil, and is the divination sigil. As you guys can see, it's pretty simple. We just need a blank slate, some redstone, and some arcane ashes. Which, how do we do this one? We can get it from lapis with lapis. Yeah, there's actually a bunch of different ways to get the arcane ashes, but in order to do this, we need arcane ashes on its own. So I guess we can only do this when we get the Hellfire Forge, which we can now actually make. We only really need the Celestial Crystal. And went ahead and making these blank runes, which took a little bit of time just to craft these ones, and also the runes themselves, but they do now give us some nether seeds, which we kind of wanted. And now on to the Hellfire Forge. Now of course the Hellfire Forge needs a Celestial Crystal, which we have this guy. I'm really not sure if this is ready to being picked up, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer and then I'll pick it up. There we go, got ourselves our crystal. And actually I'm gonna use a little tip that I've gotten. Now if I do this and I do this, we can take it out, but I'm gonna do something really crazy here. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna grab it because I thought I need to tune it, but apparently I don't. And I can like separate it as much as possible. And yeah, looks like we just got ourselves 4 of these. This is actually a pretty good tip from our boy Pick, one of the developers on the pack. And now we can actually get our hands on this. So I'm using this little corner over here for my blood magic setup. I do have this instance thing from Britannia, which is giving me some regeneration, so I can use this silk guy a little bit better. And I now just made myself, I'm gonna make another one, Tartaric Gem. Now this is very, very useful. You'll see why in a second. And I need to, because I want to try, if I can, to straight up go for the next one, the next version. Like we got the petty. I want to make, I think it's the lesser. Yeah, this one. Oh, never mind. Needs, oh wait, no, we can get this. Yes, we can get this one. It also requires a minimum of 60 will to do. So we do need to fill this bad boy out with 60 will. Now, what's the best way to do this, you might ask? Well, it's quite simple. All we gotta do is fill our inventory real quick with random junk, like so. And now I'm just gonna go out here and punch all of these ones, for example. I'm gonna leave one inside. Yep. And you might be wondering where they all been. Yep, they're all inside of this. Now, this one will take a little bit longer because this is only 0.1 at a time. But of course, we have so many that we'll eventually get what we need. Of course, I do need to make sure that this thing is actually working again. So I need to go and grab some more soul sand so this thing can actually work and give me what I need. Well, never mind. Apparently, it just gives us one like completely filled up, which means we can immediately go to the next level. All we need is a resonating gem, a star metal diamond, and some pixie dust. And I believe pixie dust, yeah, it's just a mana pearl into the portal. And so there we go. We're now going to be upgrading this one into a lesser Tartaric gem, and I believe we can just hold, no, we're gonna hold the right click on this one. Yes, and all the will be into this one and also this one, which I don't really want. There we go. Now it's all into this lesser one. Now we can put it in here as a necklace, living armor. Oh my god, what's happening here? Holy Jesus. Okay. I was not counting on these. I didn't even make my sword. I wish I made my sword just now. Oh no. Not this sword. I want the sentient sword. Are they killing my villagers? They might be. They're trying to. Okay, I kind of hit them. It's okay. Okay, they'll forget about it. Forget about it, man. Forget about it. Jesus, man. I should really skip night more often. God damn it. So many zombies, man. So the next step here for us will be to do this. The arcane ashes. This will actually give us some more arcane ashes, and what I want to do with this, we already went through this, is this sigil right here. So we just need a blank slate and some redstone dust, and the way you do this, we go over here, we grab some redstone and we grab some demon stone, just like this, and we grab the demon stone, we put it over here. We can do some stabbies so we can fill this guy a little bit more. I went ahead and placed down these blank runes they gave us, so this is technically now a tier 2 altar. Now we got this, and I believe I just do this and boom. Yep, just like that, we got ourselves. Any moment now, any seconds, boom, there we go, a divination sigil. This is good because it will tell us our life essence at the moment, and I do not have the blood orb with me for some reason. So this one. So why are you not linked? Okay, but it tells me that this is a tier 2. It's nearly full. Now the only issue is that we need the tier 3 for what's next. So if we take a look at the altars, these are tier 2, and this is the tier 3. So the tier 3 requires us to get some more things. Yeah, it requires 20 more blank runes and then just some building blocks basically, and it also needs a little bit more space, which we do not have over here. So we might want to expand this magic area, maybe even reform it a little bit. It will be tricky moving the Botania stuff, so we may not move that really. But we do need a place to make the altar, and the altar is pretty big. I may just even outline the tier 5 altar from the get-go and then build around it. We could even build it up here. I believe it's wide enough. Not so sure. But I do want to link it up with a Well of Suffering ritual, so we do need to expand quite a little bit. We may even move it over that warehouse over there. I need some ideas, guys. Please give me ideas. I need to know where I can place this thing. If I should go to the back and make a room out of it, which we definitely could, but this is more industry based one, and also is that one. So maybe just right off that side close to that area might be a good idea though. Now I am gonna wait for you guys to tell me like what's the best area you guys think for me to build the blood magic. I can even just move to the entire biome and set up like some orbs or stuff like that to go back and forth. So I'm gonna wait for that because I already have the items now needed, but that's not a reason to end the video just now, because we're gonna use this bad boy right here. We still have this mutated grass from the beginning. I just did some oak tree shenanigans to get myself a walnut sapling. Now why do I need this walnut sapling? Well, that's because actually a few quests were just added, and I was just checking them out, and I realized, yeah, we kind of gonna need to do something about these quests, which will basically allow me to improve this area right over here, because I don't like to manually farm these things, because I realize that I'm wasting a lot of my time and I'm not even gaining maximum output, because a lot of the times this field is just completely like grown up and I haven't done nothing with it. So if I automate the farm, that'll be cool. So go right here to where our trees, our needed trees, like this is a willow tree. We used this earlier for something else, for like another crafting. And now we just grab ourselves some bone meal. Pretty simple, just some random bone meal over here. And boom, we get ourselves a walnut tree, and we need the saplings, not the saplings, I'm sorry, we need the leaves. I think we literally only need like 2 leaves. Yeah, I mean, and we need 2 leaves per machine, so I guess we could make some extra ones, I guess. Yeah, I feel like let's go for a good number of 16. And the machine in question is the harvester, and the quest itself gives us the item collector. Now this little dude will be amazing. We can even upgrade it later to a garden cloche if we make these green bean pies. So we will try and farm green beans, onions, and wheat. Chicken eggs, we have tons of chicken eggs already, and these guys, the brown mushrooms, we can even make ourselves, or you can make a garden cloche for them. Because ideally I would move every single one of these seeds into a garden cloche, because it just saves space, I guess. But we do not have like the facilities for that, big man. So yeah, right now all we gotta do is set up the harvester. Now if I have this guy maybe here, Yeah, we could redirect some of that cable into this dude. It does need power. Now, I want to see his range. Yeah, that's way too much range. So you're gonna come down to an 11 by 11. I believe that's a good area. We can even toggle it down when this area, which is perfect. Fits perfectly within this size. And then we just use the item collector, well, width this way, which should have the same area. So we toggle that off. I believe that's one extra one. Yeah, there we go. So now they do have the same area. Now this one doesn't need power, I believe. I do not have the cables with me, so I gotta go grab some and power this bad boy up and see if it actually works. I don't know what it's going to do with the pumpkins. I believe it does nothing with the pumpkins because it's a soft harvest. It doesn't actually break the things. He will farm me the wheat, he will farm me every single other item, but I do not believe that he farms pumpkins. Well, never mind, it actually does farm pumpkins. I was shocked to see that, actually. But it did farm the pumpkins. It farmed every single item here. Holy Jesus. So that really changes how I want to have this thing set up now then. Because I really want to make this thing be a little bit more efficient. And maybe I don't want this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna redo these ones to be like melons or something. And we should have, yes, some more of these, which we can replant here. Yeah, this is perfect. And then we're gonna do melons on the other side. And now we only need to worry with what we're gonna have to be doing with these items and these items, which means a bunch of drawers. And I think... No, I actually don't really need pumpkins, or not pumpkins, but melons. If I need melons, I'll just rearrange them here. And that means we can actually place down some of these extra saplings that we have laying around. For example, these obsidian seeds and this nether seeds. The nether seeds we really kind of need. And I believe these are all the extra seeds we have. And of course, we may even get more. If we don't get more, we can make some more. So we can place over here. Now I need a bunch of drawers. And there we go. We now have all of them into here. I may even have like some random essences still maybe from here. Yeah, as you guys can see, I still have a bunch of these essences laying around in my storage. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of these guys. Any other one? Yeah, these ones and these ones. Yep. Oh, there's also this one right here. Perfect. So now just go over here, just dump everything into this drawer controller, and perfect. We now have all of them being stored in drawers. This is really going to help me because this is going to be constantly farming. And of course, you can even upgrade the soil over here. So you can put like inferium soil, so there's a bigger chance of them actually giving, some of them would have a bigger chance of giving extra seeds. I don't really want to worry about that at the moment. I believe this is just fine for me right now. But you know what, guys, it's with all that done today that we're gonna have to end up the episode right here. Don't forget, go down below and tell me where should I put this blood altar, because it really has to move from here so I can make it a tier 3, 4 and 5 later down the line. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and see ya in the next one. Bye.